BBC Radio 5, 9:09 and 6:93 AM.
Picture this. As the nights draw in and dusk is slowly falling, the street lamp light is reflected by the gleaming wet pavements. But something's changed. There's no squeal of BMX brakes. The local ghetto blaster is curiously silent. Where are the new kids on your block? Well, the new BBC Radio Network will bring you drama and stories for younger listeners like you've never heard before.
Night Beat, a new dramatic series, stars Frank Lovejoy as Randy Stone.
Of all the radio serials in all the world, you had to walk into Radio 5.
Listen next week at this same time and every week as Randy Stone searches through the city for the strange stories waiting for him in the darkness. The stories that come out of the shadows to find their way into Night Beat.
Whether we're strolling along 42nd Street or high above Big Ben in the night sky of 1940, caught in a dogfight. Or should that be catfight?
Be alert, was it? You'll be all right with me. Here we go.
Blitz Cat, the thrilling story of a brave cat searching for its master through the air raids and drama of World War II. A new adaptation of Robert Westall's award-winning novel, Blitz Cat, in 6 episodes beginning at 7:35 on Tuesday, September the 11th.
Bringing talk radio into young lives again in the evenings on 9:09 and 6:93 AM, BBC Radio 5. Britain's youngest network with some of Britain's youngest drama, or some of America's most popular books, like Betsy Byers' Computer Nut.
Where are you going, Miss Markham? Do you have a date?
Not unless I leave right this minute.
I'm switching off. Hey, that's crazy. The voice synthesizer's coming on.
I have just seen the portrait of the computer nut, and I would like to make contact. Will you receive a message, computer nut?
Miss Markham, could you please come in here? Something weird is happening.
Something is certainly happening. Weird or not, you can decide. On Radio 5, drama, stories, and even poetry. Because who says action speaks louder than words?
When you go on the train and the line goes past the backs of houses in a town, you can see there's thousands and thousands of things going on. Someone's washing up. A baby's crying. Someone's shaving. Someone said, "Rubbish, I blame the government." Someone tickled a dog.
You can help a new generation turn on to radio drama on BBC Radio 5, 9:09 and 6:93 AM. You know you want to know when you tune into Radio 5 on 6:93 and 9:09 AM from August the 27th, what are you going to hear? Well, if it was a Friday evening, it might sound a little like this. There's an action-packed evening ahead on 5, starting at 7:35 with the last in the present series. 6 programs examining in great depth, 5.5 centimetres at the latest reckoning, those issues thrown up by this glorious new dawn, this golden wonder age of the totally recycled blubber and tuna fish-free national curriculum. Their words, not mine. Our first program is called Great Inventions of the 20th Century. Our science and history experts, Jeremy Front and Kerry Shale, where Jeremy leads us gently by the hand to uncover not just those most famous inventions, the electronic battery-operated fluff remover, but more excitingly, we hope, those accidents of history, which brought us the whoopee cushion, superglue, and dear to us parents of nasty little boys, the pink and fluffy pedestal bath mat. All this in but 25 minutes, a masterpiece of radio docudrama, a program for all ages in which Jeremy digs deep to emerge unscathed somewhere near 43 Lesser Hyacinth Avenue. All of which could leave you in desperate need of sanity, provided at 8 o'clock tonight with a unique series celebrating the exuberant music of contemporary Africa. Hot and cool guitar from Zaire, lush vocal harmony from South African Mbakanga groups, and irresistible West African percussion, Afropop, tonight on Radio 5. Then at 9 o'clock, no sign of the comfy chair, instead it's Trial by the Hot Seat.
I want to talk to you about the kind of future you want for your children.
What's your working day like then? You arrive at 7:30. What do you do first?
Have a cup of tea.
Right, too. Then you get your tool bag out, do you?
The Court of Appeal has officially declared that I am not a banana.
Hello, I'm Sebastian Scott. Join me talking politics with Glenda Jackson, having sticky moments with Julian Clary, and going bananas with Ian Hislop. They'll be taking their place on Radio 5's hot seat and answering your questions.
Psychological battles of wit, thought and deed before heading for Cardiff at 9:30 for a right royal
Rave.
Nightclubs.
How would Jones say? John Travolta?
Rock music. A good cross-breed of music.
UB40. Poll tax. The law with regards to various different groups.
We're joining Europe in 1992, so I'd like to hear more European success.
Young people not too drippy.
I'd like to see George Bush interviewed on the radio.
Rave.
Baby member on board. Member what? There was the Commons, the Athenaeum, the National Liberal Club, the WI, the Lodge, the Redvella Non-Political Club, Vegetarians for patching up the hole in the ozone layer. What about the RAC or AA? Perhaps you can now put your baby's name down at birth for membership. Please send me full details of your European travel insurance for summer 2012. I feel like being prepared, is there?
Rave.
Finally, a quote from a man who used to send tremors down the spines of an entire country. By Tuesday, it had swollen up like some enormous sausage. Keith Richards, of course, the gnarled old strummer for the Rolling Stones. And before you write in to complain, he really was referring to his finger.
Rave.
The view from the top of a radio mast somewhere in Cardiff as Radio 5, the BBC's bubbliest network, heads towards the weekend. That's the way a Friday night could sound if you keep your radio tuned to Britain's newest radio network, Radio 5, from the BBC. You're listening to BBC Radio 5, warming up its diodes on 909 and 693 AM. Well, over the past hour and a half, we've been telling you about typical days on 5. Let's set things in concrete in a moment and tell you what's happening tonight. Monday evening begins with
Truckers.
Read by Andy Crane.
The first of a series of the famous on 5, reading their favourite fables.
These gnomes take everything literally. They take things at face value. They're trying to be humans, but they don't quite have human perception of things. When they're driving their truck away from the store, they pass a sign that says roadworks ahead. And one turns to the other and says, well, that's good. We didn't want a road that didn't work.
Truckers, read by Andy Crane.
At 7:40 tonight. And over the next few days, you can hear Sarah Green, Philip Schofield, Buki Armstrong and Terry Wogan talking about their celebrity stories. Then at 7:55, the first of Radio 5's dramas for young people as Janie, Mike and Pete wake to find their parents are missing.
That is my final warning. I am now counting down from 10 and will fire on 0. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
But they did.
We're going down! We've been hit! We're going down!
Is it reality or just a nightmare? Wally K. Daly's thriller Orphans in Waiting Part 1 is tonight at 5 to 8. Then it's all systems go for the European sound.
Hello, I'm Karen Keating, and I'll be with you every Monday evening on Radio 5 with Euromix, our new youth magazine series. Euromix is a weekly look at what's going on outside Britain on the youth scene. We'll be talking to people from this country who've already broken away from the island mentality and who are discovering life as it's lived elsewhere, north of Cape Wrath, south of Sidmouth, east of Margate, and west of, well, whatever Iceland's west of.
Several hundred miles southeast of Iceland, and London is the venue for the first of our regional magazines for anyone who can tell their hothouse flowers from their prize tomatoes.
Hello, I'm Mark Thomas. I'll be presenting Monday's edition of The Mixed, starting tonight at 9:30. So join us then when we've got Flowered Up, who are playing live in the studio. We've got features on cycling, couriers and unions, and old school rap revival. We've got comedian Pat Condell. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. Plus, it is our first one, so there are going to be huge mistakes being made. So it's going to be very embarrassing for everyone concerned. So join us.
Put all that lot together, call it Vox Pops and broadcast it to an unsuspecting radio audience on BBC Radio 5. Tonight, the evenings will never sound the same again.